Hello and welcome back. Today we'll be doing the Lab 05 Securing Azure SQL Database. In this we'll need to create an Azure SQL database specifically for three things: protection against SQL attacks and data exfiltration, ability to discover and classify database information into categories such as confidential, finally ability to audit database server and database query logs. Here's how the diagram looks. So the database, and then data classification, and then having the database configured, I'm guessing in a sense, for Defender, for SQL, and to be audited. Okay, so we'll need to get the labs from Azure Deploy JSON. This is within the GitHub on Lab 11 or Labs 11 Azure Deploy JSON. And we'll start by deploying an Azure database. So let's head over to Azure and we can build the template. Okay, deploy a custom template, build your own template in the editor option, and then we can load the file. We need to create a resource group for this as well. Okay, great. Now that's done, we will need to enable Microsoft Defender for the SQL. Onto the next task. So resource groups blade. On our current resource, click the entry representing the newly created SQL server, and on the SQL server blade we're going to enable Microsoft Defender for SQL. Here we go, Microsoft Defender, enable. Now wait until notification indicate Defender for SQL has been successfully enabled. Okay, great. And now from that we'll need to configure it. So on the Microsoft Defender for Cloud page, which is in the security section, let's refresh this first. Oh, here it is. Yep, so configure. And then on the server settings blade, you'll find information about pricing and trial period, vulnerability assessment settings, advanced threat protection settings. Okay, so on server vulnerability assessment settings, advanced threat protection settings. Add your contact details to the subscriptions email settings for. Do I need to? No. Just review the information and back to the recommendations and security alerts. View recommendations. In this task, you'll discover and classify information in SQL database for GDPR and data protection compliance. On the SQL server blade in the settings section, click SQL databases. And then within that, AZ-500 lab entry, and on the lab entry click the security section, click data discovery and classification. Okay, so currently database is using SQL information protection policy, found 15 columns with classification recommendations. Okay, nice. Review all the listed below, select all checkbox and then click accept recommendations. Something that you'll see a lot in Azure is accepting recommendations depending on the service. Alternatively, you could select only certain columns and dismiss others. Yep. You have the option to change the information type and sensitivity label. Yep. Back on the data discovery blade overview, note it has been updated to account for the latest classification information. And there we go. In this task, you'll first configure server level auditing and then configure database level auditing. In the security section, click auditing. Set the enable Azure SQL auditing switch to on. Yep, and select the storage checkbox and entry boxes for subscription and storage account. We don't have a storage account. I have to create a new one, I'm guessing. Yep, create new. In the name box, type a globally unique name consisting of between 3 and 24 lowercase letters and digits, and then click OK. Okay. That has to be globally unique, I hope. Okay, great, it's validated. Once that's done, back to the auditing blade, and under advanced properties, set retention days to 5. Has it not done it? Or yeah, the storage account is there. We'll try to reload and then I'll add it again. There we go. And then we can save. Security auditing. I need to enable server level auditing. Yeah, why is server level auditing disabled? Let's enable that. And now it's here. Alright, and then I think it can go up to 10 years. Let me just double check that. 3285. Yeah, up to around 9 years. This for like auditing purposes. I know in some financial institutions they have to hold database information for at least 7 years. I could have actually just typed it in. 5. Okay, so now that's done. On settings, click SQL databases. Okay, yeah. And then I guess I'm going to here. Security section, click auditing. Again. Database level auditing is already enabled. Yep. Audits can be written to Azure storage log, can configure these. Okay. On your SQL database overview in the Azure page, select query editor preview. Try to sign in, you might fail on password. Okay, from the left menu, try to sign in, you might fail on password. Firewall rule for your IP address. Try successfully login as well. Run query. You might find more details in audit logs. Yep, so for the sake of these, let's try it. SQL server authentication, random password. Okay, nope, and then try it with a different one. Okay, and then continue as me. Failed. Alright, great, so these should appear in the logs, then I can check them. Oh, there we go. Have I missed it? Authentications failed. This way it looks like when you click into them. See login error. Failed. Alright, great. So now we can close down this lab. As we've done before, PowerShell, remove the resource and everything within it, force as a job. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.